So now what's the new thing? Kind of not new thing, but I mean, what's sort of the new vector that we're going to see? You know, it's just going to be kind of interesting because really, at a moment like this, you see the Democrats admitting that the right are a fleet of privateers. So everybody's got to coordinate. It takes a while to get the fleet all doing what they do best, you know. So something that the celebration, though, that you see from really mostly kind of pundits and influencers, I gotta admit, Kyle Kalinske really doesn't understand, like, kind of how stupid he looks. Like, he really is sort of this weird boy band, like he looks like sort of like a character in a show that's like the lame, he's trying to be gangster or trying to be like the tough guy or something, and always gets like ganked, or always gets, people always say something mean to him or sign him to something that hella sucks, you know, and it's like he's like openly pissed that he's never getting his shot, you know. I could be a real earner if they would just give me a chance, you know. I was born for this kind of lifestyle. Kyle Kalinske is it's just so silly. He's just a silly looking person. And he really, like Hassan, beautifully unaware of how inauthentic they clearly are. Like, it just dripping with pure, uncut inauthenticity. And they just don't get it. Like, they just don't get, like, no, when it shows in the way that you vocalize and the way that your face looks, like, yeah. So, apparently, because I'm not on Twitter, and now, boy, am I glad I'm not on there, because apparently everybody is fighting, squabbling, wrestle, squabble about Judaism, the Jews, the Israeli government, Israel, where our money goes. And it is really true that at this stage, a lot of assuaging, I mean, because in my thinking, there was a certain level of assuaging certain power groups that, like, armament firms and the contractors, the people who really live around DC and Virginia and the whole, like, metroplex that is set up to serve really our arms industry and our intelligence industry and military stuff. Because people talk about this, how you go from DC, circling south into Virginia, and you start to see basically better and better and better car dealerships, was the way this person put it. Because now you're getting to where the people in DC live. So Trump now has this kind of golden opportunity to switch things to, how do I save everybody's Christmas? If he could save Christmas, that's like the thing, you know, like, but a big part of this is also really dialing in, okay, do we have business deals? Therefore, who is building? If people are building, what there's all kinds of other industries around that. So where is this starting and when? And to get like real kind of ideas of this out into the public, of you should start looking in these fields at about this time of year. Even get like maybe if there's the federal, was it EDD, something like that, the employment department, so like to coordinate them into having an accurate, fundamentally, truly like some kind of accurate, no, we're advertising this through the EDD, and it does exist. This actual position exists. It is desired. A person to fill this job is desired. This isn't phony baloney. This is a real job. There's got to be some kind of understanding of when that begins, because it just, Ukraine and Israel are far away. Flat out. Nobody trusts when you start seeing people standing in bread lines, even if it's not that many people comparatively to other times. It's still that it's very unnerving. Definitely not fabulous. Can't show off mani-pedis in that realm, So you got to make the ladies happy. And Trump knows that. He knows it, but he's got to get, now the interesting thing that's happening, the filibuster, and how imperative, this is just so imperative to the Senate. We see we are aloft, they are lofty, they are aloft with intelligence and mental powers that we cannot understand. And that's why everybody likes the Senate so much, both parties, right? So because we don't understand their lofty powers and prowess of mental, we don't understand that the filibuster is this thing that, but if you don't have it, you never know. And I started walking through it. I'm like, yeah, we might once again get a bunch of cucked out bastards like you who are willing to fold like cheap card, and that's it. I mean, is that what you're trying to tell us? Because that's the issue with the Senate Republicans. The motherfuckers are cucks. I mean, they're where cuckservative actually came from. It was about them. We want fucking earners. I want fucking Brazzi on there. I want people to be like, pat him down. I want people like that. Pat him down when he comes in the room, because he comes with so heavy and with so much goddamn heat every time. It's always a fucking fight with him. I want the cleaner. I want Leon. I want Leon in there, bro. Why? Pat him down. I mean, like, I want somebody to, I want this to be like epic battles, of debate on bills and stuff. And I want to know these guys fucking fight. They bring the fucking fight. That's what I want to know. And right now, that, there's a lot of there. Remember, Ted Cruz was the only fucking senator who showed up at like midnight one time to save the country. Because, these are not, even really, Rand Paul, let's just face it, Rand Paul seems to always be there to do that libertarian thing. He's like, well, for all that I could have done, see, now this is my time to stand up for principles so that this thing that the Republicans are trying to do doesn't happen. And because really, think about it, our principles, And First principles. And there's just a certain point, but then he'll come through with something else that it's like, okay, that's pretty dope. That was all right. But it just, they're just too cucked out, bro. I mean, that's what yeah. And it comes from the direct election of senators, which the argument against it, I gotta now say, it happened kind of like what people thought it might. It has kind of gone that way. So, yeah, yeah, and so now boy, I'm glad I'm not on X. That must be wild. And with Tucker now saying that people are Ben Shapiro. I'm really loving though how now it's starting to everyone's just kind of Shapiro sucks. They're just on that. Shapiro fucking sucks. He's always a spoiler. And that this person, we don't even care if he's a spoiler. He's got his own kind of thing going on. You all know who I'm talking about. Then, with Tucker, it's like, well, Tucker says crazy shit now. Andy says, like, super Tucker level stuff. But, I mean, and my whole thing is, I'm like, this has always been people of disparate thinking. Now it's just kind of showing more than ever. And this is good. It's really good that actually the right shows like, oh yeah, we totally don't all, we totally aren't all like some group that all thinks the same. And it always is in agreement and lockstep. It's like, no, this is negotiating between lots of different constituencies and power groups. This is some real like Boardwalk Empire Thomas Shelby shit. It was like, that's why Stephen Miller's so fun, and that's the best. Stephen Miller just sticks exactly to program. What is Stephen Miller there to do? Catch the bad guys. That's what he's going to do. He is going to catch those bad guys. Those bad guys are going to rue the day they were bad. And I love it, It's he keeps it real simple, They shouldn't have done that, What did they do? They know what they did. And he's going to bring justice, Yeah, so I'm at this point, a lot of people know. I just want the honesty to happen. What are we getting from Israel? What is it? What's? I just want to see the books. What are we getting? Because as long as it's relatively commensurate, this would be, commensurate. Like, if they're really like, oh no, they're extremely helpful in this field, like they're uniquely so. It's like, oh, well, okay, fair enough, And you see, that's my argument. If everyone just gets very honest, it's a lot easier that way. So the more people try to cover things up, now that's all going south. Now, once again, now you're starting to get the mysteriously, Judge blah, blah, blah just said this, which will likely, make the case against Comey even more difficult. Oh, that's very fascinating, and just all this various stuff that's like, yeah, now we're starting to see what happened to the Judiciary. Now we're getting it. We're starting to figure it out with the lawyers. These lawyers who think like, oh, no, we could just trick everybody into, making them behave this way. No. And now the young are making it more and more clear. Nope. One way or another, somebody's getting it. It's coming from the right or the left. And someone's getting. And the thing is, it's that while people will be like, oh, the left this, left that, it's, I see them. Not high quality stock for the soldiery, let's just say. Yeah. Yeah. Problems with authority. And you can't really have an organized group without some kind of authority involved. Yeah, it's they've got their own problems. Oh wait, I already checked the mail. All right. Well, have a good day, everybody.